the change agents within an organization? That's a great question. And I've got guidance to help you identify who those very important individuals are in your organization to help you successfully achieve your change goals. You ready to hear them? Let's get it. So maybe you're leading or executing change at work, and you might be asking yourself, who are my change agents to help me really make this change thing a success? It's a great question because it's so important to identify who those individuals are to help you achieve the success of your change endeavor, or at least increase your odds of successfully attaining the change in a very sustainable way. Well, by the end of this video, you're not only going to have a better understanding of the origin of the term change agent, but you're also going to be armed with 4 commonly held qualities of a change agent that's going to help you identify who those individuals are within your organization. So what even is a change agent? Did you know the very first use of this term was back in the 1940s by a gentleman named Kurt Lewin? And it was introduced through his 3-step change model for both individual and organizational change. A change model that he created called unfreeze, change, refreeze. It was later adopted by his student, Ronald Lippett, in his more expansive 7-step change model. And since then, it's been used in so many different ways by change consultancies, the McKinseys, the Bains, the Korn Ferries, as well as probably many individuals in your own organization. You've probably heard it from your leaders. You need to be a change agent. Maybe you've even told that to someone in your organization. Well, now you know the origin of it and where it came from. Perhaps you've even used it with your own teammates, with your own direct reports. Well, the original use of the term by Kurt and by Ronald, it was about being a force for change. A force for change. And it actually was brought from the world of chemistry. So when you're going through a chemical reaction, there is a reagent that helps to move that reaction forward. It acts as a force to make the reaction happen in the world of chemistry. But as it is applied by Kurt and by Ronald, a change agent is simply that dynamic force. That force or that individual that's going to help build momentum to move the change forward. All right, so now that we know what a change agent is, the origins of it from so many decades ago, let's talk about what are those commonly held qualities of a change agent or that force to help you move change forward so you can identify those individuals in your own team, in your own organization. So the first commonly held quality of a change agent is there's a bias for action. They're always finding ways to move solutions forward. It's not about being stagnant. It's not about being okay with the status quo. They're looking for ways to move. If there's a risk, if there's an issue, if there's a problem, they're in it, trying to move something forward, finding a solution and having that bias to act to move forward, as opposed to sitting back, analyzing, thinking about what we could do, or just maybe agonizing over the problem itself. They step up into action. How we're going to move this forward. The second quality that's so critical, especially as you think about leading change and that force, that change agent, is they're an effective communicator. You might notice these individuals in your teams that when they speak, they kind of command the presence, they kind of command the room. They're able to effectively influence and inspire others. They're able to succinctly communicate a message, regardless of who they're talking to. Maybe they excel at senior leadership presentations, as well as motivating and inspiring the people on the shop floor or their own direct reports. Those who can help you effectively move change forward to be that force are incredibly great communicators. By the way, if you're getting value from this, please subscribe. I drop videos like this all the time. I want to make sure they're landing in your inbox and that you're getting them as soon as they drop. So click subscribe so you can get on that list. Okay, let's get back into it. Quality number 3, they're resilient individuals. These are folks who actually can see opportunity when there's a setback, when there's a failure, when something doesn't go right. They understand there's something here for us to learn. What can we take from this mistake to help us become better in the future, to move through our future changes in a more efficient way? So you notice they're very, very resilient. When they fall down, they can get right back up again. And it's almost like it's self-actualized, right? They don't really need a lot of motivation or inspiration from those around them. They have it within themselves to get back up and keep moving forward. Quality number 4, influential. And this might feel like I'm being a little bit repetitive from when I talked about quality 2, effective communicator, but this is such an important trait that I really wanted to nail it home, right? So those who can be a force for change in your organization are incredibly influential. And again, this is regardless of where they sit in the organization. Take notice of those people that can gather groups around them that are actually listening, hanging on every word that they say. Those individuals that can get a whole team jazzed, excited towards moving forward a certain goal or a certain objective. You can just sense those individuals who have great influence across their teams from individual to individual. You know, when you're moving through change, you're trying to oftentimes change habits. You're trying to oftentimes change the way that people are working, whether that be a new system, a new software, a new platform. And when you've tapped into individuals that are hugely influential, very respected in the organization, they can really help be a force to make that change happen. Having their buy-in, having them role model the required behaviors, the effective changes, will help influence others in the organization, creating that critical mass, that momentum, that's so necessary to make your change a success. Now, the last point that I want to make as we think about change agents in an organization is that it's truly independent of title. Someone doesn't have to have a C in their title, like CHRO or CFO. Someone doesn't have to be a president or a vice president, even have responsibility for managing others. It really doesn't matter the title. A change leader is someone who possesses the interest, the energy, and the skills to effectively influence and really move an individual and a team forward towards a change goal. And honestly, it can be anyone in the organization, whether it be someone who just started yesterday or someone who's been in the organization for 15, 20, 25 years. They possess those qualities that I just talked through, regardless of their title. So if you dug this and you have a lot of interest in being a change agent or identifying who those change agents are, I strongly suggest you check out another video that I did. And it's a 2-parter entitled, What is a Change Agent in an Organization? You should be able to click that somewhere in this box. Check out those videos because I really dive deep into the history of change agent and that phrase where it came from, and then how you can identify those change agents in the organization. I want to make sure you have the data, the insights, and the tools to successfully grow through even your greatest change challenges. I'm Cassandra Worthy, and until we meet again, keep growing and keep rocking.